Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sandy Warstar. Got a little story to tell you tonight about a little town called Purpledale. This is a song about some people that live down in Purpledale. One day, got some stuff happening down there. Mostly just some people. I knew a girl, her name was Jeannie. She wore a yellow polka dot bikini. I knew a guy, his name was Panther. He always wanted to be a dancer, but now he's licking her armpit, licking her armpit, licking her armpit, yeah. Licking her armpits, licking her armpits, licking her armpits, yeah. Turned out to be the biggest floozy. I knew a guy, his name was Andy. You know, she thought he was sweet as candy, but now he's licking her armpits, licking her armpits, shaving her armpits, yeah. Shaving her armpits, licking her armpits, shaving her armpits, yeah. A cat, his name was Mowgli. You know, his eyes were so golden. I knew a dog, his name was Tuffy. And you know him, and the cat got scruffy. But now he's licking her armpits, licking her armpits, licking her armpits, yeah. Licking her armpits, licking her armpits, licking her armpits, yeah. Shaving her armpits. That's right. Everybody was licking armpits down in Purpledale. So down in Purpledale, they had some funky stuff going on. There was murders every day. Cats dressed up like dogs, and dogs dressed up like cats, and the rain fell upside down. And you know, on top of it all, people never really knew whether to give a movie 2 thumbs up or 2 thumbs down. And this song's about that. This movie that came to town. And Andy, Jeannie, Panther, and all the kids that I just mentioned in the song before, they all went to see this movie. I went down to the cinema to watch one of your movies. I saw you sitting on top of her. Baby, you really blew me. If I'd known we would make today, I'd bust my fucking nuts. If Hollywood wasn't so far away, I'd put 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. I'd put 2 thumbs up your butt, 2 thumbs up your butt. You're my own personal slut. 2 thumbs up your butt. I put 2 thumbs up your butt. 2 thumbs I'd make it today. I'd bust my fucking nut. And if Hollywood wasn't so far away, I'd put 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. Yeah, yeah, put 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. You're my own personal slut. 2 thumbs up your butt. 2 thumbs up your butt. 2 thumbs up your butt. Yeah. So down there in Purpledale, there's a musician named Andy Warstar, and he had to be real quiet when he was jamming on his guitar, rehearsing Purpledale for the stage, his performance, because the lady that lived upstairs, she was working at her desk. This lady named Betty Lou Sume Robinson. Mrs. Robinson was sexy, but she had a lot to do and didn't have time to have too many extracurricular activities with young hot guys like Andy Warstar, so he just quietly rehearsed down the basement, and he did his little songs. But he had his fantasies. He had fantasies about fucking every girl in town, and he did this one song about vaginas, because he liked to screw, and he also liked to fuck. And one day he went down after he went to the cinema and watched a girl take it. It was a blue film, and she watched a girl. Andy watched a girl take it in the butt, 2 thumbs up the butt. So he got all turned on, and he just he noticed that the lady at the desk's name was Virginia, and he wrote a song about Virginia. Went down to the thrift store, buy myself some threads. Met a beautiful hippie chick in a fish t-shirt with dreads. She winked at me and I asked her if she listened to minor threats. She said, yeah, baby, of course I do. Now take me home to bed. Virginia's vagina, Virginia's vagina, on top or behind her, Virginia's vagina. Tastes so good. Shop, buy myself some dreads. Met a beautiful punker chick with the safety pin in her head. She winked at me and I asked her if she listened to the Grateful Dead. She said, yeah, baby, of course I do. Now take me home to bed. Virginia's vagina, Virginia's vagina, on top or behind her, Virginia's vagina. Okay, so sweet. Quite a treat. Oh. Virginia's vagina, Virginia's vagina, on top or behind her, Virginia's So Sandy Warstar definitely had his fantasies about Virginia, but she was fat and had too many tattoos. And, you know, it was popular at the time to have tattoos, and he wasn't really into people who were popular and just doing the popular thing. In fact, he wasn't really into anybody who was doing anything at all, because Andy Warstar was a punk ass who was pretty obsessed with Bob Dylan and some other musicians, and yeah, like he did some stuff. Anyhow, as I was saying, Andy lived out on a ganja farm to avoid having to talk to all the stupid people in town that pissed him off all the time. He liked to be out on his ganja farm, and he liked to beat up rednecks whenever he had a chance. And so he wrote this song to make fun of rednecks and hippies that all grew their ganja out in the woods, and it's the only thing they shared in common. It's about Andy's ganja farm. When I grow up, I'm gonna have me a ganja farm. When I grow up, I'm gonna have me a ganja farm. Any man who step on my land will mean no harm. Gonna build me a wall, 60-foot high, 40-foot wide. Build me a wall, 60-foot high, 40-foot wide. Gonna hire all my best friends and trim all my ganja inside. Alright. So Andy was hanging out on his ganja farm, smoking bowls, and and then he suddenly through the ganja you could hear part 2 of the song coming along. When I grow up, I'm gonna have me a ganja farm. Child to step on my land will mean no Andy Warstar sat alone on his Gandhi farm, and every once in a while he'd come into town, blasted out of his mind, super freaking stoned, and roll over to his buddy's house. His buddy was the Wizard of the Cardboard Tube. They just called him the Wizard, and he was the master of the dubage. And he'd just like sit around and get really baked and watch TV, play video games, and weave wicker fences. You know, because he was non-traditional, raised by a hippie mom and dad, and, you know, liked to drink beer and cruise for chicks. Well, anyway, so this is a song about the wizard. Sprinkle magic dust while he's rolling a tube, and he got the power of magic mustard to my doom. Oh, you. I get home, I'm kicking off my shoes. It's been a long, hard day at work, and the wizard brings some beers from the fridge. It's time to shirk. Oh, clerk. And he's a junkie, yeah. Wizard on the cardboard tube, I'll sprinkle magic dust while he's rolling a tube. Got the power of magic mustard to my skip, to my loop. Spacing out, tripping, I'm talking the trolley to my loop. And I wonder what he gets at the BK drive-thru. Probably nothing, and he's a junkie, yeah, marijuana junkie. Junkie, alright. So yeah, him and Andy would sit around, get really blazed, and just like trip out but punk rockers weren't really supposed to be into drugs at all. They were only supposed to drop acid. And it's a good thing for Andy that he really stuck to that for a long time, because he began to develop magical powers, and he had to have these magical powers because there was this evil space alien that had zapped down into Andy's body one day in Purpledale, and Andy was just walking down the street and like chilling out with this telescope on the corner, like trying to look at some planets and shit and show people, and like they all were like, yeah, cool, there's Uranus. And anyway, this evil dude, his name was Captain Slogbod, and he basically was he was taking over the body of Andy, and he after he zapped into Andy's body, he began walking around town singing this song, and this song's about the murder that happened in Purpledale, one of many murders, because you know there's like some satanic aliens and shit. for? Pitchfork, Captain Slogbot announced to the town. And Andy just walked down the street, like, unaware that Captain Slogbot had taken over his body and was saying all this crazy stuff. And, anyway, so that happened, and then, Andy had to, like, defeat Captain Slogbot somehow. Had to, like, force him out of his body so they could, like, resume normal day-to-day living in Purpledale. Everybody told Andy he should just have compassion for the captain, the alien spirit, and all the people that Andy hated. And he didn't really hate anybody. He really just wanted to save the world with punk rock, but he was, like, kind of pissed off about the political situation in the world at the time. But he just thought of the wise words of the Dalai Lama, who talked about compassion. So something like this was going through his head. Compassion for the zombie who makes you want to retch. Compassion for the dog who just won't learn to fetch. Compassion for the thief who is stealing what you need. Compassion for the people who are overwhelmed with greed. You can take a shotgun and blow them all away, or journey to the temple and sit down to pray. Step into the circle or stay out on the fray. Life is what you make it, you can have it either way. Compassion for the redneck who's chopping all your trees. Compassion for the murderer who killed your family. Compassion for the junkie. Compassion for the whore. Compassion for the Zionist who owns the corner store. You could learn kung fu and chop them all to bits, or go to university and gather some more wits. Living in the limelight or clapping in the dark. Love is what you make it, so just look for the spark. Compassion for the politician making all his rules. Compassion for the preacher leeching off his fools. Compassion for the cop who take you to jail. Compassion for the teachers said that you should fail. You could sit and meditate and do nothing at all, or become CEO so that you're always on the ball. Settle down and get married or rock around the earth. You what you make yourself, and tell me what you're worth. So he did end up having some compassion, but he still needed to kill the fucking alien, and everybody in town was all acting all tripped out, and like, so finally Andy Warstar got the upper hand. He took a whole super dose of DMT, mescaline, some dimey, and some echinacea, and kicked that alien spirit right out of his body. And yeah, so everything went from pentagrams to peace signs. From pentagrams to peace signs, we can leave the evil behind. The dreaded Captain Slogbot, came down to earth to become a god. Oh yeah. Slug Bob didn't get very far, got trapped in the body of old Andy Warstar. Took a look around and what did he find? Good and evil was all in his mind. Yeah, well, a Spogbot landed down in a vortex, called hell in athletics. In a damn minute, what did he find? Everything was gonna work out fine. Oh, baby. And it was Star got into his car, he drove to the other side of town and went to a bar. And he drank till he passed out and hit his head. Now Captain Slogbot out dead. That's right. That's how he got it. Captain Slogbot out of his body, got really drunk, took a super dose of all sorts of crazy drugs, and Captain Slogbot was vanquished and spiraled back to his home galaxy in the Warstar cluster, back onto the planet 22 Poc, and Andy Warstar saved the world. So, that's right, Andy Warstar vanquished the evil Captain Slogbot and kicked his ass. And everybody was like, wow, that's like, now, like, it's just like, we got plenty of violence. And everybody just wanted to celebrate and fuck a whole bunch. And so, they did. They all fucked, but Andy Warstar couldn't, because he was too busy thinking about his long lost love, and then he got a really bad migraine from thinking about her, and that's what this song's about, Andy Warstar's migraine. Just look at the sky. If my mind gets caught up, then maybe I'll die. With 3 days in a collide. So, as Andy Warstar lay there on the floor, the migraine, he decided to give himself a little shoulder rub, and he came out of it and realized that that there was nothing he could do to save himself except for, like, you know, eat right and you know, eat organic food and shit. And every day he'd walk back and forth on the bike path and notice that the guys from Northern Pacific Railroad were spraying fucking weed killer all over the tracks. Some stuff they said was non-toxic, but it really turned out to be that really hardcore weed killer that they spray down in Colombia to defoliate and stop the cocaine cartels. It's Weed Stop or something like that, and No Weeds, or what the hell is it called? Yeah, they spray Roundup, and so that really sucked. And so no matter what he did, no matter where he turned, they were coming at him from all sides, and according to the Mayan prophecy, it was all about to end anyway. 2012, and that's what this song's about. About the end of the world, the end of the story, the day Purpledale blew the fuck up, blew completely out of the fucking universe, and the universe exploded, and yeah. Came crashing down around my coffee withered brain. The tiny weathered shingles shack upon the desert plain. To my left the home's flown to the sky of Purpledale, come crashing down around the needle to feel away. Mother Earth explodes, no. Mother Earth explodes, no. The time has come about the people gone insane. The whole world's cracked jaws turned back, the people down the drain. And to my left the hope has grown in the sky in a Purpledale. Now I'm telling the world that it ain't over yet. Mother Earth explodes, no. Mother Earth explodes, so no. Mother Earth explodes, no, no. Mother Earth explodes, yeah. So the Earth exploded, and everybody died, and then God was like, "Wait a minute, it's supposed to not happen this way." Nobody really knew there was a God. It turned out there was, and he wasn't a he. It was like, wasn't even a she. It was like not pleased, and it was like, okay, we got to just bring the Earth back. So they brought the Earth back, but this time it didn't have any people on it. And all the animals lived happily ever after for like infinity and stuff, except for the volcanoes that like killed all the possums and shit, because there was no more automobiles to kill the possums. And that's the story of Purpledale. The end. Hey, it's your old pal Andy Warstar. I just came from the show tonight. We did a benefit concert for KSKQ 94.9 FM here in Ashland Community Radio.
with me opening for the Bad Habit Bandits and a couple other bands, the Octones, and I don't remember the name of the other band, but I think I'd just like to say that I had a lot of fun opening for the Bad Habit Bandits. They're like a local favorite here in Oregon, Southern Oregon, and even Eugene, because they tour up and down, and it's like crusty punk, folk punk, and it's kind of interesting because I'm like doing what I call punk folk, and they're doing folk punk, and I really felt like it was really great chemistry. Like I got to MC a little bit, and then I went on and played my performance, and I did like what I did today on this tape that I did instead of Purpledale, I did Browndale, and then it changed to Browndale Townville or whatever. Like at the show, I did all the same songs that I did here, except for I think I had to subtract one or two, and I ended it with From Pentagrams to Peace Signs, and having Andy Warstar Save the World instead of ending it with Mother Earth Explodes, where the whole universe explodes and everyone dies. It was pretty neat. Notes about the show. Well, it started off raging and had a bunch of kids jumping around, slamming to my music, and then like by the fourth or fifth song there was a lull, and then like fifth or sixth song, like it picked up again, and a bunch of kids started jumping around, slamming to my music, and then by the end of the set, by the eighth or ninth song, it was back down to a lull again, but ending with pretty decent applause, and people pretty much got what I was trying to put across. Then the Bad Habit Bandits came on, and the mini disc was cooking along, recording everything just fine, right? And those guys were just wacky, crazy, fucking good time rock. Like throwing the mic stands around, like holding them over the crowd's head, crowd surfing, mosh pit. Like I even got in there at one point and just slamming around, and my friend Todd was there, and Taylor, and that was really cool to see folks that I have known for a while, and jam into some good music. And I was kind of doing sound for them, but then afterwards I had to unplug the mini disc recorder, and when I did, it didn't do the table of content edit on the mini disc, and I lost both my recording of Browndale and the Bad Habit Bandits show performance. I mean, so I lost both recordings, and I'm a little bit bummed about that, but just note to self and anybody else that hears this recording that the Bad Habit Bandits were fucking great, and so my friends told me that they really dug my performance, and that it was fucking great, and some cute little punk gals came up afterwards and shook my hand, told me they dug it, and that was very cool to hear that, and from sexy little goth chicks. Like, it's fucking awesome, you know, like, it makes me wish I was 17 again, but I'm not, so I just gotta wait, you know, or maybe they'll just fucking, maybe we'll build time machines and they can zap forward 10 years and come and be my groupies, my personal sluts, and stuff. Anyway, so that's about all I have to say about that. It was the Earth Day celebration, the KSKQ benefit concert down at the Bellevue Grange at 1050 Tolman Creek Road here in Ashland, Oregon, featuring Andy Warstar and the Bad Habit Bandits. And, well, I think it fucking kicked ass, and I'm just like stoked on everything, and I'm stoked to be going to LA on Tuesday. And anyway, that's about all I have to say. And this little recording is like the only record I really have of like that performance. Although I do have like the songs written down in my little black book of what I played, and yeah, like I would talk about it right now, but I'm too tired. I'm gonna have a cup of mate and go to sleep. All right, peacing out. Later. Okay, I can't sleep. I can't go to bed. I don't even want to watch a movie, but I can't shut my brain off. I was thinking about calling Bruna up and saying hello to her and see how she's doing, but she only ever talks to me for like 5 minutes, and then she has to go and pop some pills and play her guitar. I don't know what her trip is, but I just keep thinking about that show tonight, and how for the first time in like a long time, I actually jumped in a mosh pit at a show and had a good time, man. Like, I really enjoyed hanging out with everybody tonight at that show, and like, I can't say enough good things about the Bad Habit Bandits vibe. Like, they're just all about having a good time, and it's so hard for me to have a good time anymore. Like, I just never even want to hang out with anybody. I don't ever want to leave the house, and when I do, it's like only to get food and exercise, and otherwise I just kind of feel like it's pointless life for me, and what the fuck am I doing? And I pretty much hate being alive a lot, which sucks, but like I love it too, and mainly I just like feel like I'm here on this planet to like help people through playing music. And I don't know if I really accomplished that tonight, but I definitely felt a kinship with the band that I played with. And while they were folk punk and I was punk folk, I suppose, I mean, there is a difference, and I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm more folky and maybe they're more punky, but if that's the case, then they should be punk folk and I should be folk punk. I guess like it's all just a big crazy fucked up world, and like there's no point in me like even trying to slap a label on it right now, because I'm just like totally unknown. And I think if I got known in like anytime soon, I would definitely give props to those guys, to that band, to the Bandits, because man, like if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have got out there and jumped around and really felt like my punk roots all over again. Like, it's never gonna leave me, man. Like, no matter how old I get, like and I don't think I'm gonna live to get past 40, but I definitely think that like for the last few years of my life, if I have a chance to go out and see bands like that again, and go out there and get, tussle in a mosh pit and all that, then I probably will, because those are some of the only things that give me pleasure when I hang out with other people. It's like some of the few ways that I actually feel kinship with other people. It's like when I go out and that's the kind of dancing I enjoy. It's like it's not like contrived, and it's not pretentious. It's just like going and banging around and smacking into people, and like, if somebody falls, you pick them up, and it feels really good to like be out there with everybody. And anyway, much love to all those folks, and even though they are all a bunch of like party guys that like to ride on trains and get drunk all the time and sing about getting drunk, I mean, I'm definitely not into alcohol anymore, because I can't be, but I definitely like honor the Dionysian vibe, to the want to party, and feel good no matter what it takes. And anyway, in the great tradition of all the dead punks, Sid Vicious and whoever the fuck else, I guess, like, yeah, those guys really did it for me tonight, and I did something for myself and for other people, and I'm glad. And I guess that's all I can do in these last days of the earth. Just like, I kind of feel like it's the end times. Keep talking about it, blah blah blah. Anyway, that's the end for tonight. I just ate a bunch of garlic, and I'm gonna like just drink some mate and like have this crazy garlic stomach, and sit here and I had a wank, so I feel a little bit more chill. But anyhow, I'm like falling asleep. So until next time, probably more from the road or LA. God help me.